Hi guys, welcome to this plumberparts.co.uk video. We're out on the tools today, around my old man's house. My mum and dad's got a little bit of a job to do from here. It's not going to be like, oh, 100% this is how you do it. This is more like thought processes behind it. So for number one, I don't want to rip all these tiles off, but we are going to be gluing... No, black please, Dad! We are going to be gluing onto this. We're going to get a low level tray, we're going to put a new screen in, we're going to put a new valve in. We're taking this pipe out and we're going to be putting a Stuart Turner lifter pump in and putting a 22mm pipe all the way up through over to their stack, because we don't have a 4-inch over here, as you can see from their lovely, lovely macerator down there. I've got to cap that off as well. That pipe's all got to come out. So there's quite a few little bits and pieces to do here, but really the first thing is that we strip out the shower valve, take out the screen, take the shower tray out and all that. All the tools that I use in this video you'll be able to get on our Amazon store and all that sort of thing. Also I'll probably give you a link to the Stuart Turner lifter pump. That might be in a separate video actually, but we'll just see how it goes. Right, anyway, let's go. Hit the subscribe button, hit the whatever you want to hit, and let's get on with it. Right, do it. Was it hold tight? There you go. A bit at a time, Dad.
Yeah, flip.
Oh, it's unscrews.
Yeah.
Or does it flip out?
No, it won't flip out.
You just got to unscrew the bottom ones and then...
Yeah, then you've got to get it out.
Parkside.
Yeah, it's not a bad little tool because you can use it as a drill as well.
I do love my dad's cheapy tools. Well done, Dad. I suppose they do the job. Anyway, the first thing is to take out the shower screen. So just dismantle, get to any screws that you can find, any screw heads, take them off, and then make your old man take them downstairs, basically. Get the doors and take them out down there. Cheers, Dad. Dad loves rabbiting away as well while we're all working. He loves a good old chat. He wants to get involved. Even though I try to keep him away from doing stuff now, because, you know, he is 78, aren't you, Dad? I know you'll be watching. But yeah, so it's basically cutting all the mastic round, getting everything so you can get your shower screen off. And it's just one thing at a time. That's effectively it. So shower screen off, then we'll take that little shelf out of the way, and then that horrible, weird body jet arrangement off the back. Right, so when you're doing this sort of work, it is a lot about just doing one little bit at a time and making sure that you don't destroy anything that you want to keep. Now, what I'm going to be putting over this wall, what Mum and Dad want over this wall, is shower board, which is good because you can just glue it to tiles. You're not going to get any problems with doing that. So it is just a matter of the moment of just taking everything out nice and slowly, nice and cleanly. Yeah. Breaking your Stanley blade. Where's the puddy cat?
Puddy cat's eating his breakfast. He's all microchipped.
Is he?
Yes.
Introducing my mother now, who is the head tea maker and also does make a bloody good bacon sandwich.
Yes.
Oh, is he out now? I suppose he's running around, isn't he?
Yeah, he's eating his breakfast.
But does he go outside?
Only, yeah, but he can't get out of the garden.
Oh, because he's too small.
Yeah.
Mum's talking about their lovely new little puddy cat, Rudy, who is a tiny minuscule little kitten with sharp claws and sharp little bitey teeth, who we'll meet later in the video.
They said that he didn't squeak or anything when he was microchipped. I don't mind if I just have a wee, do you?
Christ, Mum.
How are you going to undo screws in there?
So, get into the top of it. Alright, Mum, you can do one now. Go and make me a cup of tea or something. So now just ripping out this horrible old shower that's got 2 screws in at the top, and then just pulling it out at the bottom, couple of bits of silicone, and then just taking off those pipes. Really not a great thing there. Not a fan of that. Very, very mid-90s, I'd say. Something like that. So, because they want the tiles still on, we are still going to have to back. The thing is, right, below here, directly below, because they don't want this pipe running around here and all that sort of stuff, I'm going to put a lifting station down in the garage below, which is directly below here, for a couple of reasons. Number one, it means you can get to the lifting station. It's easy to look at, easy to service, because it'll be on a shelf, nicely insulated. Number two, because then the noise is away, and number 3 because it's always good to have a third point because it makes you sound like you know what you're on about. But yeah, we're ready now to take the shower tray out, which will be fun because that pipe down there is going to be full of water and wee-wee, or so we think. But what we'll do in the meantime, we'll just get this lot chased down. Dad's back in now for some planning ops. Here we go. Well, we'll get this out. We'll knock a hole in that bottom corner and have a look down. Yeah. And then we'll shine it. Once we get down, we'll have a look all the way through and just make sure they haven't got a noggin running through here.
Probably have.
Yeah, they probably have, I know. Now I'm just getting the shower tray ready to get out, so cutting all the silicone out, taking off that little upstand covering. You look how high up the shower tray is. It's just horrible. I hate shower trays like that. That's so high. I much prefer a nice low profile shower tray. Anyway, this is really heavy, so you're going to get an absolute Hulk moment right now. There we go, I got it. Right then, so shower is out. So we've got a few little complicating factors we've got to figure out now. And this is what they don't teach you in plumbing school. You don't get taught all this stuff. This is basically figuring it out for yourself because every house is different, the way it was built is different. So what we need to do, these 2 pipes here need to run roughly over to where our new valve's going to be, which has got 150mm centres, and then we've actually got to run a 22mm pipe all the way up here, all the way up there, through the ceiling and off over to the stack that's absolutely miles away. Do you like the way you can see the camera that you're actually looking at me on at the moment? What you try to do is get to a stage at which you're building back up again. So that's what we're doing now. We're going to get rid of this shower tray outside. We're going to lower it over Mum and Dad's balcony, which I'm hopefully not going to break. Then we've got to take the rest of this lot out. Yeah, get all these little bits of wood out and everything. Get it back so it's completely clean, fresh install. That's what's really important here. We are going to have to pack it a bit as well. There's quite a few little bits to do, but this is the first day in it, you know, getting everything back to how it should be. Yeah, that'll be alright, Dad.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mum and Dad's wine drinking area. Look at Jack. Jack, what are you doing? Oh dear. So yeah, if we lower it down there, that'll be alright. Oh yeah, get a little bit of a shot for the guys over the Patreon Massive. Oh, it's all fun and joy today, guys. It's all fun and joy. 13 Minutes to the Moon, it's by the BBC. It's about the only reason I'd pay for the licence fee now. I thought Apollo 13 was bad, like what happened. But when you actually hear what really happened...
It was even worse.
It was miles worse.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, check this out. So we're now just getting all the silicone off, and I've got a hard bit to do here. We've got to try and get a 22mm pipe down there. Let me guess. Oh yeah, of course. Of course, is that a knot? Oh no, we're good. We've got to get a 22mm pipe down there into the garage, so it's going to be fun, isn't it?
The spherical oxygen tanks did more than provide the astronauts with something to breathe. They also supplied the spacecraft's fuel cells, a piece of technology that combined hydrogen and oxygen to produce water and electrical power.
Right, it's time to get some stuff. Look at this camera. Look how small you are, Rudy. Rudy, look at you. Oh, look, running away.
Yeah,
Rudy.
don't know this.
Right, see you in a minute, Mum. the suppliers.
Playing cricket today?
No, I was going to play cricket. I was going to play cricket last weekend, but I just couldn't be bothered.
I've played across here.
No, tell everyone where you are. Where we are.
You know at FJB Plumbing in Mildenhall.
Exactly. There we go. Look at it. Stuff everywhere. Right, so I know it roughly comes. I know we've got a 900mm shower, so I know roughly that our centre is going to be just here. So down there, down underneath that floor, that's where I'm putting the lifter pump. So when we've got the new shower tray in, it's not going to be up real high. It's not going round to this macerator here. It's going to be on ground level, so there's hardly a step to get into it. We're going to drop our 1.5 inch waist down. So then then it's just nicer like that. But also we've got problems here because we want to keep this as much of this wall as we can. So we've got to bring our 22mm up through this gap here. That's got tied away all the way up there into the loft and then all the way over to the stack. And I'll be showing you that soon. But also we've got to run obviously our hot and cold down here. It's going to be quite tight in this little bit. Across here, and then we've got to have them sticking out in our centres as well. Which means, fortunately, we've got a little bit of plywood at the back already. So I'm going to be able to fix some bib tap outlets, and they're really good for having our pipes nice and straight. And then after I've done that, we will fix a foam the hell out of that. And then when it comes to fixing our plates on later on for the shower, we'll glue, we'll screw, we'll do everything we can to make sure that's okay. I can't really get any wood in behind this to give us a real good fixing point for those later on in the job. But yeah, so the next bit really is trying to find out where our 22mm is going to come out from the loft, and I'll run it down there, and then we can get it stuck down ready for our lifter pump to be installed later on in the job. So this is what we call first fixing. So we've done the rip out now. Now we're doing the first fix, so we're into that stage. The only last thing we're going to rip out will be this bit here, but we'll leave that because it's full of water and wee. Right, so I'm going to go up in the loft now. Hopefully be able to find, well, I know where I've got to go. I've just got to do it. Oh, I'm not going to have it so there's any bends all the way, hopefully, from where we're putting in this piece. So I've got to drill a hole in the wall over there. Then I'm just going to clip it all the way along here, nice and proper, and then go in, boss into that, and then that's done then. And then we should all be good. I mean, that's the really hard, horrible bit of this job done, actually. After that, everything's downstairs. Oh, I love doing this sort of thing. Oh, yes, I do. Shit. A few minutes later, I'll show you in a minute that pipe's all the way through. That was hard. Let's go right into the edge of the eaves. So you're in a real tight spot, completely pitch black, burning hot, but we've got it there. And now I'm going to have a bacon sandwich. Oh, look! Oh, look at that. See? I was bleeding to death a minute ago. We've had to chase a few bits out. I'm going to put a block in at the back of that. Then I've got my two sticky outies just there, ready to go in. My little, I just call them bib tap plates. So yeah, these two are just going to swing down, go into there, stick out, ready. Then this lot gets foamed, okay, foamed up. Leave the foam to dry out. I mean, I use the foam just to firmly fix everything in there, but also it gives us a nice point just to make sure that when we put our boards on, there's no sort of flex or anything like that. Once the foam is dry, then it's a lovely, satisfying job. Cutting the foam back flush, and then it is glue like mad. Glue, 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 glue. Glue our panel on there, glue the panel on there, and that is really it for the day. After that, I'm going to wait for the panels to dry off nicely. Sometimes, depending, I have to lean stuff up against them. Depends what I'm doing. I can hear the old man sawing out there. Where is he? Jack's down there still. Jaggy Jag. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Anyway, this is running out of battery, so I better go. Getting there though, we are getting there. For some reason, I didn't have my GoPro on the whole time I was doing the pipe work, so it's already installed here. Hopefully I'll give you a good look at it. We're clipped in here, and then we've got our bibs on there. This is on now, water's back on here, and we're pressure testing, just making sure everything's okay. Just have a quick cup of tea, take your time. We've got everything down out there. So now what I'm going to do, this gets foamed with filler foam all the way up there, foamed all the way out here, and then we're going to put a board over the top of this, and then when we come to install later on, and you kind of guessed it, we haven't really got great fixings for our screws here, have we? Because we're going to be going into foam. That's not going to be brilliant. So what we'll do, we'll also give the back of those plates a good glue. They're not going to get yanked about anyway, and a lot of them, I mean, look how sturdy these are. They're not going anywhere. And as you can see as well, we popped in a bit of wood right at the back just to bring these forward a little bit. That's the idea of that. So it's all the work now that you do that's behind the panel that kind of matters the most. And then of course your masticing, your silicone at the end. Because if you do it all good and then do a shit silicone in job, well, what's the point?
An instinctive understanding of the Apollo spacecraft's complex systems.
So then guys, I'll leave you here while I get all this foaming done. We'll come back to this video in a couple of days time, or maybe next week, where you'll be able to see me get the waste in, get the new shower down, get the walls on and all that sort of stuff. And then I'll do another and then I'll do a video talking about the lifter pump. That'll be a little bit more in depth, a little bit more learny kind of video, if you get me. And then we'll finish off with me showing you us installing the Roman shower tray, the lovely 8mm thick Roman screen that's going to break my back, and then we'll get it all working and looking beautiful, and that'll be that. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. I can hear a beautiful song coming along now, selected by the Owl Army Massive, so enjoy. See you next week.
Take out the shower, don't leave anything behind. Take out the shower enclosure, don't leave anything behind. Oh, yeah. You're gonna scrub the belly of a Tammy G. Now, he's my cat. Oh, you're gonna scrub the belly up little Woody, yeah. I enjoyed my bacon sandwich when I was there, and now I gotta get back over there to second fix everything in that bathroom. Please remember to hit the sub button now. Hey, and remember that you're gonna see my vlog sometime right now. This song was selected by the Owl Army crew. Click the link too. Oh yeah. I'll see you in next week's video, guys. Remember to hold tight. Remember to hit the subscribe button, go over to the Owl Army if you want to select which song, and beat us up for the weekly live stream. Oh my God. Have a great week, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to hold tight in part 2. Wow.